Welcome back to Occam Airsoft channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the Marui AKX. In this video, I'm not going to do a range test, but I'm going to do a technical overview of the gun, talk about the design intentions, also draw some comparisons to the GHK-74U, which is the closest comparator or equivalent from GHK. So without further ado, I'm going to go into it. And first thing I'm going to measure length, and that is this thing measures 75 centimeters with the obviously the removable stock, which is mounted on a SIG interface. But as far as the length goes, this is perfect because the inner barrel of 200 millimeters should go end to end flush with the outer barrel. It is shooting 1.2 joules, should be shooting 1.2 joules, as with on par with the Marui AKM. And the configuration, the power configuration of this Marui AK is just perfect. It's CQB. It is the right power, so you don't have to modify too much in terms of getting performance out of it. Well, you can modify the triggerbox, but that's a different story. But I will just talk about the design intentions. So, in terms of the rail system, this is best described as a Recoil AK because this has a AKM style rear sight block. Well, this is actually a copy, or rather a very close resemblance of the SaberWorks K-Out mount, but with a rail dust cover interface. So this is probably a close analog to the Shershot Armament Group Mark III, but a shortened version of it. And I would say this is such a great value proposition because you have to. I bought this for $550 US. It has a chassis system from factory, no additional modifications or fitting. It just comes with, and I would say it's a improved version of the Marui AK Storm, but now with a full-length dust cover, so there are more options and it is more versatile. Top that off, even the stock is removable, other than the fact that you need to use this stock trunnion, this rear trunnion. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm just going to measure the trigger weight before I do any modifications. So in a earlier video by a Japanese reviewer, I saw that the trigger weight was measured at 1 pound. I'm not sure how that is because this should be on par with the Marui AK and it should measure 2 pounds. So 1 pound 15 ounces, close to 2, but it still averages 2 pounds. Peak reading of 2.2 pounds and 2 ounces, 2.5 ounces. So it's all under 1 pound. Maybe if you put it quickly, it will feel 1 pound. But peak reading is 2 pounds, a little bit over 2 pounds. I shot this in a store and it's about 600 RPM. It's quite a slow firing AK, but I will also get into that because I do have some means of increasing the rate of fire. Yeah. So I'll do a shooting video as it is, and then I'll do some upgrades, and then I'll take another video of the upgraded product. Right, Marui AKX. This is a Marui AKM magazine because earlier today someone said that the AKM magazine is probably not compatible with the AKX. Not sure where they got their source from or where that information came from, so I'm going to do, first thing on camera is disprove that, or rather prove that you can in fact use the AKM magazine. So locks in perfectly. What the fuck? And here we go. So I expect this to shoot really slowly. Ooh, people sight. So and that's empty mag. Okay, so that's not as slow as I expected. I think that's around 650 RPM, 700. Not as slow as you think, but it could go faster, obviously, because I'm all about the speed, right? So that's just the stock configuration of the Marui AKX with the Marui AKM magazine. So yeah. Oh, and before I change angles again, so this is the Marui AKX. And this is the GHK74U. The Marui AKX measures 75 centimeters with the stock configuration and the folding stock. This 74U is shorter than factory because I've gotten rid of triangle folding stock, but right now I'm measuring 70 centimeters. So this is my ideal length of the 74U, and that's the closest compare as far as GHK goes. So the Marui AKX has a full-length rail, so I'd say that's the big plus, the main advantage of the Marui AKX, because with 74U you have really limited mounting options. And I guess having a native M-lock, so I've moaned about this for ages about the Hephaestus handguard, but the Hephaestus handguard does not have a native QD mounting slot. So you have to mount a external sling slot, a little bit more forward biased, but I would say even the Marui AK, this QD sling point is not exactly far back, so I'd say it may interfere with your grip. In fact, yeah, it does interfere with your grip if you're a right-handed shooter with a left side sling. So you might have to do some weird cross sling mounting, or you could try a more straighter grip instead of a C-clamp to clear that sling mount. Yeah. Okay, maybe a regular grip might work. We'll see. Okay, we're back, and I have with me some upgrade parts and also the original Marui AKM with the upgraded trigger box that I've showcased previously. And what I'm going to do right now is that I'm going to transplant all of my upgraded components into the Marui AKX to check their cross compatibility. And so I'm going to start with the stuff I can actually install externally, and that is my grips, my two grips. So what I'm going to need is a driver, metric driver, and let's see, I can see that there's a M5 bolt jutting out from the bottom, so that's just a standard metric bolt. And for those that you already know, the Marui AK uses the M5 size bolt instead of an M6 as the GHK does. So if you're going to use a regular AK grip, real grip, you should need a adapter, or in this case I think Marui includes a shorter screw this time. So this is a short M5 bolt, that's a washer in between, and let's see, the depth of this grip, I would say, oh, it's around, okay, it's around the same as the Magpul K2 grip I have here. So this is a 20 M5 by 20 in total thread length. This is M5 by 16. Okay, and then the one that I had was too long. That was M5 by 30. Yeah, way too long. So you need a bolt length of 25 millimeters if you're using a Magpul K2 grip, and I assume that to be true for the MOE grips as well. So I'm gonna need a, probably not long enough. Is this it? Yep, so M5 by 20 something, 23, 20 thread length. Yep, you need thread length of 20 for the Magpul grips. So, okay, that's on. And where's the bottom cover? There we go. That's the Magpul grip on. No gap between the receiver and the grip. That's done. Next, M-lock. I have with me, this is a genuine BCM mod-free grip that uses the Imperial bolts. So Nope. I'm free by... No. Actually, I'm not going to do that. I am going to set my stock first so I can get my length of pull. Let's see. For the AK stock, as far as I can tell, this is a 6-style stock mechanism, locking mechanism. So it should be a push, and yep, push and fold. And that should expose... I'm not sure what it's exposed, so... Oh, okay. Okay. I'm going to do the bolt and see if it comes off. The stock, where the stock comes off. Yeah, that's a hex bolt, yep. Ah, so that's what it is. Hex bolt, oh gosh. Here we are. Hex bolt comes off, yep. Revealing the SIG style stock interface, the M1913 interface, stock interface. And all I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put a AR tube adapter on it. And hopefully it fits. Yep. So 3 slots right down the center. And yeah, larger bit. Again. Nope, too big. What the hell? There we go. Centered. There we go. That's centered. AR2. After. Nice. Next, the stock itself. I know it's a friggin' brace, but I had it lying around and I wanted this build, this AK build, to be a lightweight build, and the idea of a brace can just fit it in, so don't judge me. I apologize if you find braces disgusting, because I do too, but it just works for this build. Yep, and we're done, so. God damn it. There's cake. Why is there cake? Flathead. The set screw in this stock adapter was replaced by me, so it is a flathead rather than usual hex Allen bolt. So just tighten that down and find center, I think. Yep, centered. So I'm going to tighten that down. Stock looks oriented correctly. Yep, it does. And then AR2 wrench. I want it clockwise, so. Yep, I'll just call that tight. AR tube. Okay, and I have my length of pull now. Nice length of pull. Where's that jammed? Nope. Nice length of pull. So I want my grip somewhere around here, all the way at the back. Okay, so rearmost position. BCM grip. Forward, rearward. Yep. make sure M-lock bolts are, your M-lock nuts are oriented correctly, locked correctly into the M-lock slots, otherwise you will damage your handguard. Here's the hardware is made of steel, handguard isn't. Yep. Halfway there. Like a full grip. Perfect. Next, the muzzle device. This is a 14 negative muzzle device from Marui from factory. It is a very good looking muzzle device for AK for once, but I am just gonna take it off. And unlike the GHK, the indexing pin, it is locked in place from the cross pin, the front side gas block cross pin, so it won't fall out. And what I'm gonna put on there right now is a ABS-free. Looking good. Looking good. PBS-free. AKX. Right, that's the externals done, I think. Okay, I still have my scope, but I'll put that on later. Next thing is the internals. Well, what I want to do right now is that I'm going to transplant my old trigger box from my AKM into AKX just to make sure that they're exactly the same. And reason being is that I have already tuned up this trigger box to have a heavier trigger weight. And just before I take it apart, I'm just going to confirm again the trigger pull weight of this stock trigger. So that should be 2 pounds as we measured it earlier. So let's see. Remember, safety off because the Marui AK has a triple redundant safety. So that should measure less than 1 pound. Okay, I pulled too fast. So it should read a peak reading of 2 pounds. 2 pounds. 2 pounds 1 ounce, consistent. So that's done. Right now I'm gonna take out the trigger box on. Well, I have to take out the trigger box on the original AK. So let's see. I'll take out that first. So with the AK, you have to take out safety. Hammer down first. Safety out. You want to punch out the pins. Where is my hammer? I had my hammer already. Okay, 5mm pin punch. Hammer, not mallet. See what I'm doing? Yep, you can still see me. 5mm pin punch. Let's see. Trigger crosspin, punch. And it should just come off, just like that. Likewise for the FCG. The hammer crosspin, 5mm pin punch it out. There we go, both pins out. And now the trigger box should come out nicely. So this is my modified trigger box. This is straight trigger, ALG style trigger. And the enlarged springs I've got installed in here. So that's out. And set this aside. Back to the AKX. AKX, so dust cover will come off. As I mentioned, this is a screw dust cover. Well, it's a regular dust cover with a screw tensioning system to kind of lock it in place, kind of like a PDC, if I recall right. Yeah, PDC dust cover. And the dust cover is actually in 2 pieces here. And you see that there's 2 bolts fastening the rear piece, the rear sight block. It's actually very, very solid dust cover, even though it's not steel. Next, recoil guide. Looks nearly identical to Marui AKM. So as mentioned, it's skeletonized. The AKX recoil guidepost is slightly skeletonized, but otherwise it looks structurally identical, nearly identical. Actually, before I do that, well, no, I'm gonna put that aside for now. Still in the trigger box, take out the bolt carrier group. Come on. Bolt carrier group, short-tin piston guide. Structurally, it looks, yeah, it's the same as the Marui AK. Oh wait, no, it isn't. Is it? Yep, exactly the same. And the reason I'm going to do a swap here is because the AK BCG that I had on my previous AKM, on the AKM, it was broken. So when I got it from its previous owner, they snapped off the charging handle, the stock original charging handle on the BCG. So I'm going to plop that in as well, just to check it's completely and utterly compatible with each other. And also transplant the piston guide over. But I'll do that next. Still on the trigger box here, so right, I need to decock the hammer, so disengage the auto sear, and then send it. Safety should come out. Oh no, it's locked. Okay, so I need to depress that, and it should. So see disconnector. Let's see. Okay, so you just have to depress the disconnector here to get the fire selector out, which is strange. And where's my trigger box? Huh. Not sure why it was different on the AKM. I'm gonna plop it in anyways, but the trigger box looks identical. Yep, they look identical. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna obviously transplant back. Let's see. Same thing. The trigger crosspin. Tap it out. That's just a PBS with a, what's it called? A brighter, ATEC brighter inside it, activating. Let's crosspin out. Also the hammer crosspin. Put that out. Out. And now this should come out nicely. It comes out nicely. Voila, there you have it. And let's see that very identical. Everyone the springs I've replaced, and I think Marui may have uprated that hammer spring slightly, because that definitely looks chunkier than I last remembered. And yep, pop that in. Yep, fits nicely. So it's the exact same trigger box. Hammer cross pin back in. Disconnector pin back in. Flip it over, just hammer it in. Right, and the tactical fire selector. Pop that in as well. Yep, hammer engages. Yep, so it works. Ah, where is I? Okay, bolt carrier. So bolt carrier, I'm going to transplant the piston guide onto my old AKM bolt carrier. Let's see, I need a formula pin punch. Hold on. Okay guys, you definitely want to use a vise when you're punching the pin out on the bolt carrier. So this is my old bolt carrier with the crippled, replaced charging handle, and I am going to replace the piston from the AKX. Yep, that's in. So this is my old AKM bolt carrier with the broken charging handle, replaced bolts, longer bolts on the nozzle assembly, and here's the AKX. And battery hammer should go off. Yep. Yep. So that works. Okay. Next is the recoil guide. So this recoil guide, I have another part for it because with the extended charging handle, my broken bolt carrier, I could not travel. The bolt could not travel all the way back because it will get blocked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace, or I'm going to short stroke this recoil guide with a, where is that? Yep, a 3D printed buffer block that I made. So it'll come off. Nope, it's stuck. Okay, I'm going to put this in a vise. Be right back. I'm back. And that's the original bolt out, and I have a longer bolt. Take out all the O-rings. It's stuck in there. All the O-rings on the buffer. So that's your recoil buffer, and here is my extended short stroke buffer block that goes into the original buffer. Just gonna need to put that all through. Yep. I'm gonna hammer it again because the printed buffer, short stroke buffer, just won't go in. So right, sits flush. Now the buffer in. I've already done this beforehand off camera, but remember to apply thread lock to this piece. You want to apply thread lock to the buffer stopper and the bolt itself, probably, depending on which one works better. Okay, so that's short stroked. And next thing, I'm gonna replace the recoil guide because the original recoil guide is polymer, and I do have a Bowmaster recoil plug somewhere, which I'm gonna go off camera and look for again. Yep, be right back. So Bowmaster, not the valve. Yep. So this is the Bowmaster steel recoil guide plugs for the Marui AK, and I am just gonna put that on. You don't have to punch out the recoil guide if you didn't know this. So you can basically hold your spring in place just by pulling it back and then twisting the front section out. That allows you to remove the original guide plug aside, and also allows you to take out the entire front section. Let the spring come off. That exposes the back of the recoil guide, and this part is polymer. And to take it off, you kind of just want to, well, you kind of have to just bend it, just like that. Polymer. And this is the Neo Bowmaster one. It's steel, as I recall. And put it in, rotate it in. In place. Then, right, do I want to put the 130 spring in? Nah, I'm good. So with the short stroke buffer, that should bring up the cyclic rate of the AK without putting too much stress on the bolt carrier group. Because with the 130% or hardened spring from Bowmaster, you may induce more wear because it is slamming the bolt more violently back into battery. This is Bowmaster guide plug, also steel. Plug that in place. Once that's secured, clip it, hold your front section, Recoil guide front section in place, and then just let the spring recede. And there we go. That's the modified Recoil guide. Alright, I think I'm nearly done. So, modified guide. Yep. So that's a short stroke done, and let's see. Dust cover. Put the dust cover back on. Screw it all the way in until it's tight, and now it should hold zero. Well, when I say hold zero, I still need to put my sight on. So here is my primary arms Cyclops. Yep. I'm gonna mount it all the way back because I don't know what the eye relief is like. I think we're done. Like back. Okay, that's all put together. The the cantilever looks absolutely gross, but I need it, and I'm gonna measure the trigger weight again because this is a modified trigger box. £3, 13 ounces. Try that again. £3, 3 ounces. Try it again. £4, 5 ounces. Alright, let's try that again. I'm going to pull more linearly. £3, 14 ounces. £3, 13 ounces. So close to £4. I'm surprised. That was not supposed to happen. £4. Okay, I made a really heavy trigger without realizing it. Is it actually that heavy? Maybe it is. Okay, so this is the modified build done. I am going to take this off camera and I'm going to try the cyclic rate again to see if the modification I've made it shoot any faster. Okay, we're back. Modified AK. Same AKM magazine. Lock in. Perfect. Let's see how fast it goes. Auto. Pretty good. So you don't need the Bowmaster 130% spring to make the AK shoot faster. And in fact, because of the shortened travel, the recoil impulse is actually a little bit higher. The felt recoil impulse is a little bit higher, and yeah, you basically get a performance AK, and it's mighty fine. Sure, the handling just doesn't feel the same as a 74U. It's slightly longer, but it feels quite nice. it's not as front heavy because Marui doesn't use steel. Obviously, there's a lot of zinc alloy, or it's very nice zinc alloy. But overall, it feels quite nice, looks quite nice, and I guess that's the biggest winner for the AKX. So I don't think you even need the Ditech MB47 receivers anymore because this has a native SIG stock interface, and you put any SIG stock you want on it. And even if you want a PT stock on this, you probably get one of the stock adapters. Well, if they exist, the Owl's manufacturing stock adapter for the Russian PT stock to make it a little bit more Russian. But as it is right now, this is very capitalist, except for the can, I guess. Even the optic is kind of capitalist. But yeah, it looks great, and it just feels nice. Other than the fact that you're only limited to AKM curvy style magazines and the AKX magazines, and also the Strike Industries magazines. Actually, I'm gonna grab the Strike Industries mag and I'm gonna give that a test as well. Hold on. I'm back. Pinball Arms magazine. Oh. Locks in. Takes a little bit of a trial and error. Okay, I don't like the look. I don't like the look as much, but let's try again. Oh god, don't tell me it doesn't work. Run in chamber. Towel. Let's try it again. Empty mag. Okay. SI mag works as well. Obviously, this is still a Marui receiver. I can't say the same for the MB47s, but there you go. So that's the Marui AKX with both the Marui AKM magazines tested and also the Bimbo Arms, Hero Arms, Strike Industries magazine, which I don't even know if it exists. There you have it.